Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. Should I say that again? I think I should. Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. And the months are getting better and more exciting. It's Women's Month. Yes, it is. Women's Month. Oh, my goodness. When you really think about us, you know, we are a force to be reckoned with. Would you agree? Minutes after 6 o'clock. And so as I was saying, yep. Let me get my levels here, right? Yes, as I was saying, we are a force to be reckoned with, women, for many, many reasons. And the men can attest to that, like it or not. Welcome, everyone. Hello, hello, hello to my friends and family, and to my radio family. How you all doing? And I'm going to ask my usual question. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Good evening. I am Lady D. Denise Gomez, your producer and presenter of the most informative show called Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Inside the Zone is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities on Monday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Linkage Radio in Mount Vernon, New York. Welcome to another edition of Center Stage this evening, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Yeah, I hope you all had a great, great day today and you're feeling good, lots happening. Today's program is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Narita Avenue in the Bronx. Inside the Zone is broadcast on Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5 FM, on my YouTube channel, Inside the Zone with Lady D. Spice International Gospel Network, that's Sign FM 88.9 and Touch FM Radio 90.1, not to mention Caribbean Vibes Network, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. In this evening's lineup of the show, I do have my inspirational zone. We get our praise on with great gospel music. And by the way, it is the second Thursday. It's March 10, 2022. It's my Gospel Music Thursday. Strictly gospel music. That's coming up in a minute. It's now 21 minutes after 6 o'clock. Right after I feature News Zone, a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. And in Fast Facts this evening's Women's History Month. Fascinating facts for Women's History Month. And in my Mail Zone this evening at 7 p.m., your emails are my priority. Online dating and me. Online dating and me. And at 7:30 p.m. I do have an interview. It's my kickoff for my Brilliantly Unique. That's my theme for Women's History Month. And so each guest that appears at 7:30 p.m. on Thursdays, that's my tag for the month, Brilliantly Unique. I am brilliant. I am unique. There's no other Denise Gomez in the world. There may be thousands of us with the same name, but nah. I am unique. So I do have a brilliantly unique guest. My interview with Lorraine Smith, counselor extraordinaire, national certified counselor. Lord, she's brilliant. She's a business owner, businesses. I tell you, let's get the show going. 23 minutes after 6 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. That's the telephone number to Linkage Radio. Want to say hi to Mr. Hines and the crew. Keep it going in the afternoons. Such engaging conversations and, all kinds of stuff. They take you to the left, then they take you right back to the right. And it's good, it's good. I was hearing them yesterday. I'm like, okay, you all stay over there. You all stay over there. So 24 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's get our praise on, shall we? Gospel Music Thursday.
And
You know where they're from, right? You could hear those familiar sounds, boy. Good evening to you, Spirit of Praise. That's my Benjamin Dubé crew right there. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Center Stage. How you doing? Give a clap, give a shout, yay, and say, hey, I'm here, Lady D. I'm in your corner. I'm listening to you. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're home, you're driving, you're stopping at a barbershop. You looked at the nails and you're like, oh, Lord, Lady D's talking about Women's Month. What happened to these nails? I need to go get myself all fixed up. How was your International Women's Day on Tuesday? March 8th. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I hope somebody actually wished you happy International Women's Day. Some people just brush it off and like it's nothing. It's a big deal, no matter what people say. Don't forget to call me 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. I'm right here in the Linkage Radio studio. Yes, we're here with you until 8 o'clock. It's now time for News Zone. Delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Stop by. Place your order. I'd like some jumper shrimp, please.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, March 10, 2022. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology, Darrell Vaz, is assuring the country that no effort is being spared to ensure Jamaica remains supplied with the full range of petroleum products needed. On Wednesday, the minister updated the National Partnership Council on the impact the Ukraine-Russia war is having on the local energy market. He says all current supply arrangements remain intact, and Petrojam, the country's sole oil refinery, is actively exploring additional suppliers of both crude and finished products to ensure uninterrupted supply. The refinery currently sources crude from Petrobras in Brazil and from Colombia and Ecuador, with small quantities also purchased from Barbados. The company also has existing term contracts in place for refined products. Minister Vaz says that since the Russia-Ukraine crisis, the refinery has reached out to countries in Latin America, including Guyana and Argentina, to secure additional options for crude oil. Petrojam is also in dialogue with Petroecuador, Ecopetrol in Colombia, and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation to establish term supply agreements. A team from the refinery will be traveling to the annual American Fuel Petrochemical Manufacturers Conference this weekend to meet with oil traders and other national oil companies in an effort to secure additional options or contracts for both crude oil and refined products. As for its storage capabilities, the Energy Minister says Petrojam has additional crude oil storage in St. Eustatius, and alternative storage arrangements are being explored and will be announced once confirmed. Russia accounts for 10% of the oil consumed by the world and about 17% of natural gas. And since its military invasion of Ukraine, global oil prices have spiked as countries fear supply shortages. Fitch Ratings Agency has affirmed the government of Jamaica's long-term foreign currency issuer default rating at B+ and maintained the outlook at stable. Fitch says this was driven by several factors, including Jamaica's favorable business climate, consistent fiscal policy efforts to lower the debt burden, and continued deficit reduction, bolstered by a 15.4% growth in revenues between April and December 2021. The International Ratings Agency also cited healthy reserves, underpinned by a strong growth in remittances. Jamaica's gross international reserves was $4.8 billion as recorded at the end of the 2021 financial year. The agency's stable outlook for Jamaica reflects expectation that the debt-to-GDP ratio will return to a downward trajectory, supported by the government's actions to run high primary surpluses. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clarke, has welcomed Fitch's rating, which he says is a tangible demonstration of international investors' confidence in Jamaica and the resilience of our economy. It will take a shorter time for persons to be vested in a pension scheme, as the current 10-year period has been reduced to 5 years. The new mandatory vesting period was announced by Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke as he opened the 2022-2023 budget debate in Parliament on Tuesday. He says the Pension, Superannuation and Retirement Schemes Act 2004 will be repealed and replaced to address matters such as vesting, portability, indexation and other reforms. This is intended to make saving toward a private pension more attractive. Under the new law, pension rights will be portable, including the contributions of a former employer once the employee has worked for a prescribed vested period. It will also allow for simultaneous membership to a pension scheme and an individual retirement scheme, which is currently prohibited. In addition, it will allow for innovation in pension payout products to possibly include paying out remaining funds to a beneficiary after the pensioner has died.
In addition to the social benefits, pension funds will become longer-term focused as the frequency of refunds will decline.
Also coming out of the Finance Minister's budget presentation, the Jamaican banknotes will undergo a series of upgrading and redesigning. This is to improve the security features, extend the lifespan of the notes, and provide inclusivity for the visually impaired. Minister Nigel Clarke says the current notes are made from material that are not the most durable. As a result, there is a high frequency in the reordering of notes. The upgrade is expected to reduce those associated costs.
The introduction of a substrate that offers a significant increase in durability will yield substantial benefits as it relates to the average circulation life of banknotes, which in turn will lead to lower order quantities with less frequency relative to current practice. There are substrates such as pure polymer, which is used in many countries like the United Kingdom, which have a much longer life and are therefore much more cost-effective.
The new banknotes will have a clear color distinction among the different denominations, with the notes bearing the images of all 7 national heroes and the 4 deceased prime ministers. A $2,000 note will also be introduced and will feature the images of late former prime ministers Michael Manley and Edward Seaga. Minister Clarke says the new and upgraded banknotes will start circulating late in the calendar year, with the Bank of Jamaica conducting sensitization sessions to increase familiarity with the notes. And finally, the automated palm and fingerprint identification system used by the Criminal Records Office of the Jamaica Constabulary Force island-wide has been upgraded. A multi-biometric identification system has been installed at a cost of $830 million. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Courtney Williams, says the newly installed system is the latest of its kind. The previous system was originally installed in October 2006, and the newer version was implemented over the past 18 months. Mr. Williams says the latest upgrade provides state-of-the-art fingerprinting technology characterized by new advanced hardware and software to complement all 4 criminal records processing sites across the island. He explains that the system, which is an important tool in the fight against crime, is a valuable resource that provides information on criminal record history, typically referred to as police records. It also assists criminal investigators with forensic analysis to scientifically confirm the identity of suspects in a crime. A key feature of the upgrade is the system's ability to be configured to process not just fingerprints, but other biometric data such as facial recognition. By using peripheral devices, he says law enforcement officers working in spaces like zones of special operations are also able to scan prints in the field and remotely check the system's database to verify and review an individual's identity and criminal history. Meanwhile, the Jamaica Constabulary Force says it is working to implement a new administrative system to address backlogs and long lines at the criminal records offices. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
It is Thursday. What time is it? 6:39 p.m. Hello, everyone. Welcome. That was a delayed broadcast of the news, courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. And I'd like to say good evening to everyone tuning in. It's such a good feeling just knowing that we're all doing something productive. To my ladies, don't forget this month is your month. And of course, my theme for Women's Month, brilliantly unique, of course. I'll be having some interesting guests starting off this evening with Lorraine Smith. And you'll be hearing so much about Lorraine. I call her the counselor extraordinaire. Yes, and she's into a lot. I'm not gonna preempt. Of course, I'll be sharing a synopsis of her bio with you and having a great conversation. Good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
This is Chair Mr. Need, Miss Marie Glass.
Excuse me?
Lady D.
Yes.
This is Lady D.
Uh-huh.
This is Cherry. Yes, it's Cherry.
Oh, Chair, how are you? Yes.
I'm good, my family.
Oh, my goodness. Cherry, it's been ages. How you been?
I'm good, thank God.
All right. Nice to hear you, my love. It's been a long time, Chair.
Because Mr. Francis as well.
Yes. There
Come
you
on,
go.
talk to Pastor Reed. But me I wait till Sunday.
All right. No problem. But it's good to hear you.
Come on, God, in church.
Oh.
So on,
Yes.
to me maybe in a little trouble.
All right, my love. So we'll...
So
we'll-
a little Japan church.
Yes.
Can't be listening. When house did not there.
Oh.
2 times.
Yes. All right. So you tune in on. But I'm very happy to hear you, Chair, and I will add that situation to my prayer list. Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'll give you a name after here.
No problem.
Later.
All right, my
Before you get
love.
up.
Take
All
care.
right, baby. Thank you.
You're
Mama.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, that's Cherry. Haven't spoken to Cherry in a bit. Giving you some more music, but of course it's Women's Month. It's the month of March. Yes, 914-600-4228. What a good day.
Father, let me be a living example of
It's
Christ.
my Gospel Music Thursday.
Life be a pleasing.
My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. Want to say hi to my YouTubers. How you all doing over there?
Help me, Lord, one day at a time. Woman, help me, Lord, to count my days, to live right. What will be told about me and what will show my existence? How many people will testify for me? What will I tell my Creator that I have done in this world? How many people have I been a blessing to in their life? Oh, say that I have affected your life. What will I tell my Creator that I have done in this world? How many people have I been a blessing to in their lives? Lord, I want to touch lives. I want to be a blessing. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Touching lives as a godly woman. Help me. I want to influence lives. Touching, mending every broken heart. Help me, Lord, to live my days in happy life. Say, help me, Lord, help me. Oh, yeah. In happy lives. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Help me, God. Say, help me, Lord. Help me to be like you. Influencing lives. Impacting lives. Touching and healing hearts. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Help me to live one day at a time as a godly woman.
Beautiful rendition. Godly Woman by Goodness Ibe. Yes. Welcome, everyone. It's Thursday, center stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. 6:46 p.m. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. Did you know that they have a 501c3 nonprofit organization? They do. I'm an advisor. Yes. I'm giving advice. Yes. Keisha and Soji Cargill, they do have their 501c3 nonprofit organization. It's a Cargill community project. It's geared toward community development. And last week they kicked off the launch of their mentoring program, and it was a really nice evening. And so I want you to support my sponsor. They're not just restaurant owners, but they are they run an organization. It's in its embryonic stage, and certainly as we put our minds together with God in it, it's going to be a blessing. So stick and stay, keep supporting my sponsor, because it's a win-win situation, as you know how sponsorship goes, right? You have to sponsor. When you sponsor, they expect a return. And so I'd like you to go on over and stop by the restaurant and say, hey, I'm here to, Lady D has been talking about you. I want to give you support. Okay? And you purchase a meal, or you ask them, how can I get involved with your nonprofit? What are your requirements, etc.? Okay? Do that for me, because those are the things that I do. You know? Yeah. So welcome, everybody. What time is it? 6:47 p.m. It is, of course, now time for me to take you to my segment about the fast facts. Yes, fast facts. You know, that's a quick on the run kind of thing. It's fascinating facts for Women's History Month. And it's brought to you courtesy of my sponsor.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereida Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Welcome back, everyone. 6:49 p.m. Let me give you some fascinating facts for Women's History Month. Naturally, about women. Today, 71% of moms with kids under 18 work. In 1975, fewer than 47% did. Once upon a time, the idea of women working outside of the home was frowned upon, and most women who did so worked as maids, seamstresses, took in laundry, or worked in one of the traditionally female fields. Today, more women not only work outside the home, but hold a wide variety of jobs, with some even making it to the top of business, technology, and science fields. Number 2. Women currently hold 17% of congressional and Senate seats and 18% of gubernatorial positions in the U.S. While women are still underrepresented in political life, the current state of things is a far cry from a time when women weren't allowed to vote, a mere 90 years ago. In almost every country in the world, the life expectancy for women is higher than men. For virtually all causes of death at all ages, mortality rates are higher for men. Scientists aren't entirely sure why this is the case, but believe it might have to do with the presence of estrogen in the body, improving immune function. Approximately 14% of active members in the U.S. armed forces today are women. In 1950, women comprised less than 2% of the U.S. military. Today, women play an active role in serving their country through military service, but many in years past would simply disguise themselves as men in order to gain access to the battlefield, including well-known examples like Francis Clayton in the American Civil War. Over 60% of college degrees awarded in the U.S. every year are earned by women. In fact, women are more likely than men to get a high school diploma as well, and the numbers are only expected to rise in the coming years. The 2 highest IQs ever recorded through standardized testing both belong to women. One of these high IQ women is the columnist and author Marilyn Vos-Savant. Of course, these numbers should be taken with a grain of salt, as IQ tests aren't perfect in measuring intelligence, but it does help show that women aren't inferior to men in intelligence, as was claimed for centuries. Number 7. More American women work in the education, health services, and social assistance industries than any other. It seems that while women are moving into the workforce in large numbers, they're still taking on traditionally female positions like teaching, nursing, and social services. These 3 industries employ nearly 1/3 of all female workers. Let me take you to sports. Women were not allowed to compete in track. All right, let me take you back up. Just a moment. Let me take you back here. No women or girls were allowed at the first Olympics, but the Games of Hera, featuring foot races for women, were held every 4 years. In fact, women were not allowed to watch the Olympic Games or encouraged to participate in athletics, with the exception of the Spartans. So that the Games existed at all is surprising. At their inception, the Games only included that one event. At the first Winter Olympic Games in 1924, the only event open to women was figure skating. Only 15 women participated in these games, something that would change drastically over the decades. Women were not allowed to compete in track and field events at the Olympics until 1928. The ancient Greeks and Romans may have let women run in foot races in the Heraean Games, but when it came to the Olympics, both ancient and modern, these events were off limits to women until 1928. Unfortunately, some of the events were too much for the untrained female athletes, and because many collapsed at the end of the 800-meter race, it was banned until 1960. Roberta Gibb was the first woman to run and finish the Boston Marathon in 1966. Of course, she didn't get official credit for it, as women were not allowed to enter the race until 1972. But her wins in 66, 67, and 68 seriously challenged long-held beliefs about the athletic prowess of women. Vernie Jackie Mitchell, a pitcher, was the first woman in professional baseball. While women still don't have much of a presence in baseball today, Mitchell proved that it wasn't because they couldn't play. During an exhibition game, she struck out both Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Her performance probably played a part in baseball commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis banning women from the sport later that year. Mary, Queen of Scots, is reported to be the first woman to play golf in Scotland. Golf today is still seen as a man's sport. But this powerful and scandalous queen couldn't have cared less. In fact, she even went out to play golf a few days after her husband, Lord Darnley's murder. Donald Walker's book, Exercise for Ladies, warns women against horseback riding because it deforms the lower part of the body. While this book was published in 1837, the views it documented about women doing any kind of exertion or exercise were to hold throughout the Victorian era and beyond. That's it for my fast facts for Women's History Month. Interesting, wouldn't you say? Have mercy, we shouldn't be riding the horse. It is 5 minutes to 7 o'clock. Coming up at 6 p.m., you know what that is, Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. I got some more music for you. Welcome, everyone. It is a beautiful Thursday. This is the show called Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Want to say hi to Enid, to Ryan, to Pat in my YouTube, my fam over there. Want to say hi to you guys and to who else? To Sandra. Princess just came in. Good evening to you, and you. Music.
Lord, you are my hope and shield. You are my love, my joy, my light, my life. I put my hope in you. I put my trust in you. Lord, I believe in you. You are faithful. You are true.
Good evening. It's Center Stage. Who do I have on the
Good evening,
line?
Lady. How are you?
I'm well, Ed.
Let me say hi to Cherry. Hoping everything is okay.
Well, yes. She did say she needs prayer for her
Yes.
son.
And I know you can do that.
Of course, I can pray.
What you mentioned about female die earlier than male?
So they say.
Yes, I believe it.
Yes.
Iron deficiency.
Iron.
Iron deficiency, yes.
That's why we die earlier.
Yes.
Eddie.
I'm telling you, I read up a lot of stuff. Iron deficiency, it is killing women more than men. Okay?
Okay, I hear you.
Okay.
Thanks. All right. That's Ed for you. Thanks for calling, Ed.
My hope, you're my hope. Oh, my hope, my hope, my hope, my hope is in you. You are, yeah. I'm standing on your promises. Your word is true. You cannot lie. In you I am secure. I shall live and not die. You are my strength in the storm. Oh, you give me grace to go on and on and on. You're my hope. You're my hope. Oh. hope is in you. Every breath is a gift from you. I'm still here, I belong to you. You're my strength in my times of need. You're the reason I believe you. Oh, you're my hope. You're my hope. Oh, you're my hope. You're my hope and shield. Oh, you're my hope. You're my hope, Jesus. Oh, my hope, my hope, my hope, my hope is in you. You, my hope is in you. Oh, yeah. My hope, my hope, my hope.
That's my girl Glacia Robinson for you. My hope is in you. You have a hope this evening. If you have found yourself in a place of hopelessness, where you feel as though you have no way out, I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. There is a path, and it is through Jesus Christ. He's the only one who can do it for you. So, not to worry. Don't worry. Pray and trust and believe. Welcome to the show, Center Stage. It's my Gospel Music Thursday. And right now, you know I have this little segment, right? It is growing, I think. What you all think? Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. It's now time for us to get into Mail Zone and to see what's going on in somebody's world. You know, it's always interesting how we can really get some, well, the emails I get are so interesting that sometimes they blow our minds. But again, I remind us that while we are in our box, you know, somebody else's box is wide open, waiting for somebody to say, hey, help me. Something like that. Good evening. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez, and it's now time for Mail Zone. Are you ready to get the mail with me? Are you ready? Yes, let's get on over to our theme song, which we all love, don't we?
United, we're a fire burning bright.
For the truth, always brand new. Right from the jump, we had a hunch that we had everything.
Perfect combination. Love plus you and me. A perfect combination. We couldn't ask for any better. Perfect combination. We fit to a team. Perfect combination. With all it takes to last forever. Together.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mail Zone, 3 minutes after 7 o'clock. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. Each and every week, I present you Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. And I have been receiving emails from a lot of people who have chosen to share their relationships, encounters with us, right? Yes, they share the emails. I read them to you, and then we talk about them. So I'm looking forward to your participation this evening. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Let's jump on over to our inbox. Alrighty, let's get into our mail. Here it is. Dear Lady D, these are very different times in relationships. During the onset of the pandemic, I spent a lot of time online trying to get back in the dating world. My last relationship of 5 years ended with my boyfriend running off with another woman. Nothing new. Anyway, I thought it was time for me to get back in the dating game. Naturally, I chose one of my best photographs and worked my profile. It was not long after I started getting hits after hits on the site. About 2 months in, I decided to go out for coffee with a very handsome guy. I was pleasantly surprised when we met. He brought me a gift, and I thought he was raised right. As we dined, I noticed how comfortable he was as he placed our orders. He was in control. That was a check on my list of qualities. Our conversation was light, and he was a gentleman. At the end of dinner, he offered to take me home, but I declined, seeing I did not know him. I called an Uber, and he saw me off. As the driver of the Uber approached the highway, I noticed a car traveling behind us. It was not just that the car was behind us, but the driver ensured we were not out of his sight. I mentioned it to the Uber driver, who said he would keep watching. Finally, I arrived at my gate and walked to my door. Unfortunately, the Uber driver did not wait until I got in safely. Lady D, as I was about to step into the foyer, the same car drove up. Guess who came out? My date. I was so stunned. I asked him why he followed me to my house. He said he realized he did not hug me. What? You know, my red flag went up same time. Not only did he want to hug me, but asked for a kiss. I told him I was not ready for that, more so we just met. His response was that all evening he kept fantasizing about our kiss, and the man even went on to push his way through the door. It wasn't until I told him that I was going to scream and call the police that he backed off. He left, swearing beneath his breath. Lady D, you know, after that I deleted his number. He kept calling me, but I never picked up. For days I was so nervous that I would see him parked up at my gate, but that was the last of him. Life continues. A very short letter this evening, but one that I thought is a common occurrence that a lot of women experience with dating. And people hit online dating. It has worked for many people. And I personally think that the same way you meet somebody online is the same way you have to meet somebody in person and still get to know them. The only difference is you might meet the latter more easily. Say somebody asked you if you know somebody or so, you know, you might meet them quicker than the online approach to meeting a person. What's your take on this? How can he? First of all, she didn't drive herself to meet him. She took a cab, and she said in the, you know, because they all send me little notes, like footnotes that they don't really put in the body of the thing. So she had said that she chose not to drive. She decided that she would take the Uber and meet him there. But she said she waited on the inside of the restaurant. So she didn't even see what him drive or nothing. All she knows is what he looked like. And he looked the way he did on the site. So she was not even bothered by that. Let me go to my first caller. Hi, how are you? Welcome.
I am good. Lady D, the best place to look somebody to spend, if you want to spend the rest of your life with, is in the supermarket.
Okay. How so?
Yes, because, people are more industrious that go to supermarket. If you look at a young lady, she can cook.
Depending
But
depending on what she
do
picks
not
up.
want. Huh?
Depending on what she picks up.
Yeah, she's more industrious.
Okay. So
But
now,
some
Eddie.
people just go to the restaurant and things like that.
No, then so we're talking about the online now, Ed. Come back
The
to me.
online is no.
Why?
You need to meet somebody and wrap with them before you even think about going to have a drink or coffees.
But I mean, what's the difference? If
You're more secure even on a job. You can meet somebody in a job.
yeah,
But a lot of people go on the internet and do crazy things.
well, she in this case did not do anything crazy. Like everybody else, she put up her picture, she wrote a profile, she got hits from men indicating an interest. Then she chose to go out with him. It's just that the boy wanted to go faster than anybody else. How you want to trace the
I do
woman?
not
That's
believe
crazy.
to go online is a good idea, lady. Because a lot of people even married and they tell lies,
Well, many people
need
have
to
had
meet somebody.
success stories out of online dating and marriage. And the statistics are not all that bad, if I may add.
I just got a call a while ago.
Bless
They
you.
were asking what I was saying. They didn't understand. But yes, a lot of time women go to the doctor. The doctor says she have a heart problem. But what causes it?
Eddie, not carry me to the left. We're not into the health segment here, so now.
No, just somebody called me a while ago and asked me. They didn't understand what I was saying, Lady D.
Oh, sir. Okay, sir. I hear that.
So I'm saying a lot of time women go to the doctor and they say she have a heart problem. But what causes it?
You know?
What causes it?
Do you know?
The same thing I told you.
What? The
Iron
iron
deficiency.
deficiency. All right.
Iron deficiency. So I would say go and boil some green banana skin
Okay.
and drink it.
All right. No problem.
Okay.
Blessings. All right, that's Eddie for you. Do I have another call? 914-600-4228. The nerve of this man wanting to get kiss and hug. Oh, Lord, these are really, really interesting times. Welcome, my second caller. Good evening. How are you? It's Mail Zone.
Good evening, Lady D.
Yes, sir. El
Yes,
Jam.
and for your mail, the email, it's just unfortunate that guy had to do what he did, in turn, because she sounds like she was liking him, but he just went out of bound. By number one, the first thing he did wrong was following her.
Rude.
That's like an assault, right? That's like an assault, right?
Of course.
Even before he came out of his car, he assaulted her by trying to see where she lives.
Out of
And she
order.
didn't invite him or any.
Yes.
That was totally out of order. So even before him coming out of that car, he was being assaulted. He just couldn't keep himself quiet. And the thing is, he did the right thing by just delete him because there's so much others. It's so unfortunate that the one she decided to
Go out with,
wasn't,
yes.
didn't hit her. But as you said, online dating is a good thing. Some people have been very successful in it, and it's like anything. It's kind of become like a hit and miss,
Hit and miss. That's what I think.
Mr. Vernon, I just want to tell Mr. Vernon that I know where he's going with this iron deficiency thing.
It's not
I
Mr.
just wanted to tell
Vernon.
him that.
Al, it's not Mr. Vernon. It's Ed. It's not Vernon this time. It's Eddie.
I'm sorry, Mr. Yes, I just wanted to let him know that when a woman sees her menstrual cycle has nothing to do with iron deficiency. Okay?
All right.
Because I think that's where
That's where he's going with that. Okay, I hear you. It's not a problem. Thanks, Alf.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Oh, Lordy. Okay. Welcome, everyone. It's Mail Zone. 914-600-4228. Let me hear your views, man. Online dating. This young woman, went out and she did nothing wrong. She didn't do anything wrong. But there are some men out there, they're weird. Can you imagine if she had actually decided to date this person? He would be tracking her left, right, and center. What kind of kiss and hug you want so? Fantasizing across the table to the point where after the Uber left, he jumped in his car and literally drove down the Uber so that he could get to our house. These people just weird. They're just really weird times. And she said that it wasn't until, because he forced his way. Yeah, she was at her door and he forced his way in. And so, she said, I'm going to scream or call the police. It's at that time, he chose to leave and swearing under his breath. Oh my gosh. People are just too much. 914-600-4228. Let me hear it from you.
Inside we share a feeling that's so rare, so sweet, just knowing that we are a special pair.
Right on time, we're two of a kind, and heaven knows this love will grow stronger every day.
Perfect combination, love plus you and me. Perfect combination, we couldn't ask for any better. Perfect combination, we fit to a T. A perfect combination, with all it takes to last forever together. We can conquer any mountain,
Oh, baby,
just as long as we're together. 'Cause as one, we are an endless fountain, overflowing with love. Perfect love, perfect combination.
oh, baby,
Love plus you and me. Perfect combination. We couldn't ask for any better. Oh no. We fit to a T. A perfect combination. With all it takes to last forever. Perfect combination.
perfect,
Love plus you and me. A perfect combination. We couldn't ask for any better. Baby,
Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. 914-600-4228. 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. Don't forget at 7:30 p.m. my guest in Brilliantly Unique Women's History Month, Lorraine J. Smith, is a transformational leader who believes in empowering others through education and her lived experiences. So at 7:30 p.m., you'll be hearing so much more. It's, of course, Mail Zone. Don't forget to call me. What is your take? Oh, my goodness, this young woman, she decided to go out and, on a date. Nothing wrong with that. You are talking to somebody online. You want to know about them. Kind of size them up. And she did her best, right? She felt he was courteous and all of that. And then he blew it by trailing her to her house. You know, you have some really, every time I just thinking about it, it makes you cringe pretty much. Because sometimes people will go to the extreme to get what they desire. And if he desired her while sitting across the table from her, he knew his motive. He was intentional. He jumped in the car and drove behind the Uber that was taking her home. That's some kind of person, wouldn't you think, to trail you? I mean, we've heard of bizarre cases of dating, haven't we? Haven't you? Because Eddie doesn't believe in the online dating thing. He prefers if you meet in person. And then we've had those who we've met in person and they go horribly wrong. So, you know, it's a hit and miss situation in this whole dating relationship scheme of things. Yes, it is. What time is it? 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. I'm enjoying some music. It's still in the Love Zone segment. Teddy Pendergrass and Whitney. I just thought I should drop this in here, you know?
I'll hold you and touch you and make you my woman. I'll give you my love with sweet surrender. Tonight our hearts will beat as one, and I will hold you, touch you, and make you my woman tonight.
There's something in your eyes I see, a pure and simple honesty.
Hold me in your arms tonight. Fill my life with pleasure. Let's not waste this precious time. This moment's ours to treasure. Hold me in your arms tonight. We'll make it last forever. When the morning sun appears, we'll find our way together.
I believe you when you say that you love me. Know that I won't take you for granted. Tonight the magic has begun. So won't you hold me, touch me, make me your woman tonight.
There's something in your eyes I see. I won't betray your trust in me. Hold me in your arms tonight. Fill my life with pleasure. Let's not waste this precious time. This moment's ours to treasure. Hold me in your arms tonight. We'll make it last forever.
Something in your eyes I see.
When the morning sun
When the sun
appears, something in your eyes I see. Let's not waste this precious time. This moment's ours to treasure. Hold me close tonight. We'll make it last forever.
Mail Zone, your emails are my priority. Yes, 25 minutes after 7 o'clock. And of course, I'm winding down the segment in a few minutes. At 7:30 p.m., I'll be talking with Lorraine J. Smith. She's a transformational leader who believes in empowering others through education and her lived experiences. Tune in at 7:30, everybody. This is Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. I must say thanks to Touch FM Radio 90.1, signradio.net, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com for airing the program this evening. Also to my avid listeners on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. Radio is feeling good. I don't know about you, but I think that we are in a good place. I really do. I think that Linkage Radio, every now and again you have to go through that kind of a dry spell or something. You have to replenish, And so we are here again, just really connecting with people, and it's good. It's good. So thanks to everyone who keeps the station going. And thanks to DJ Linkage for having us here. He couldn't do it without us, and we certainly couldn't do it without him. So thanks, Dex. That's all I can say. Today is the 10th of March. If you're celebrating your birthday, I'd like to say happy birthday to you. I usually do it before now. Happy birthday to you. Better late than never. Happy birthday, somebody. Happy birthday to you. And you're celebrating your wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary to you, somebody, wherever you are. Happy anniversary. And the baby was born somewhere in the world today. Life came into the world. Isn't that amazing? And there are people who are experiencing some real challenges. People across the world are in turmoil. Their lives have just turned upside down. A maternity, building was bombed. Oh God, over in Ukraine. You look at your television sets and still we're feeling so comfortable. And we're not going to beat up ourselves for feeling comfortable. But we do realize that in an instant, our lives can change for whatever reason. In an instant, our lives can change. And for those whose families, you can't find your family, or your family's sick, or somebody has passed away, be encouraged, because these are times when I need you, you need me, and we just have to be there for each other. That's how I was raised, and that's how you were raised too. Isn't that true? So yes, I just like to say hi and to remind you that my sponsor, Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, you notice that they have been sponsoring me for some time. And I am so grateful to them for doing so, because sponsorship, it's up and down. It's like a yo-yo, that song, right? Yeah, this minute it's up, next minute it's down. And we are just thankful when somebody say, hey, I just want to be in your corner. So they're in my corner, and I must advertise and promote their business.
Hungry? Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu. 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Simply the best Jamaican food.
29 minutes after 7 o'clock. Our telephone number once again, 914-600-4228 and 914-600-4228. The fast facts that I read earlier, as I read them, I realized how women are resilient, even when it is said that you can't. You know, that word is spoken over your life that you can't do something. We will go to the end of the earth to say, oh, yeah, watch me. Watch me. And when we do, we excel. Invariably, does a woman decide to do something and she doesn't get it right? You know, invariably does that happen. I believe I have my guest. I'm not wrong, am I? I believe my guest is on the phone.
Hi, good evening.
I believe this is my guest. Her name is Lorraine.
Yes, it is. I'm here.
Yes.
How are you?
I am good, Lorraine. How you doing? You look so gorgeous. You notice how I set up your flyer for you? I'm like, Lorraine is just beaming across. Man, I said, Lorraine, you're looking fabulous.
Thank you so much, Lady D. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Man. Great shot. Great shot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my feature, Women's History Month, brilliantly unique, Lorraine J. Smith. She is a transformational leader who believes in empowering others through education and so much more. Lorraine, it's my pleasure. Welcome to Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. That's my name. And I must say thanks to Karen, Dr. Karen Dunkley, for connecting us. Because I know once she says, oh, Lady D, I have somebody for you, you know you're good. You don't have to worry. Yes. That's Karen. You don't have to worry about a thing. So welcome to my feature for the month, and you're blessed. You have kicked it off with me this evening. You're my first guest for the month of March in Women's History Month. I'd like you to say your hellos right now. You have favorite people you want to say hi to? People in your corner?
Wow. Absolutely. I just want to give a shout out, of course, to Dr. Dunkley. She's the head for the Jamaica Diaspora Northeast, the representative. And, of course, to my fellow colleagues of the health sector for the Jamaica Diaspora that we cover as well in the Northeast. I am one of the co-chairs of that sector, of the health sector. And for all the other sectors in the Jamaica Diaspora, I just want to say a shout out. And of course, to all the women who are listening this evening, I feel that I am the first one to of course, be on this evening to set the trend for the rest of the month. I feel very honored.
Oh,
very, very honored.
Yes.
I also want to give a shout out to my family. I have 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
So they have very big shoes to fill, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So just a shout out to everyone, all of your listeners this evening.
Thank you so much. And as I was putting my show together, I said I needed to kick this off with something nice. Hello, Claudette. I'm looking at Claudette Powell.
Yes.
Yes, Claudette is here. And I thought I should kick the show off with something like this just for you.
You're looking through a telescope, you see where you're gonna be. Growing, getting better. You're not the person they see. Can't be mad at the things you've been through, 'cause they built your muscle. Now you're stronger than you've ever been. They can't stop your hustle. Your faith ain't never small. That's what brought you this far. See, you got your dreams and you got your prayers and you got your God. He gon' take you there. See,
Yeah, go get your blessing, Lorraine, and you're certainly being blessed. That much I can say. Let's start off our conversation. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, Jamaican-born Lorraine J. Smith is a transformational leader who believes in empowering others through education and her lived experiences. She's a licensed professional counselor in the state of New Jersey, a national certified counselor, a certified clinical mental health counselor, certified adolescent trauma professional, and certified family trauma professional with a background in social services and mental health for almost 27 years. And of course, Lorraine, I want to start off to say you are a very, very busy woman on a mission. Where do you find the time?
Oh my goodness, I've been asked the question so many times. I can say I don't find the time, I make the time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're on a mission, you don't try to say where is the time. You just know you have to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a joy that comes in doing it. So I certainly manage my time wisely, and when I say that, it means that I get everything that I need to get done, and with joy in doing it. Of course, there's some stress along the way.
Yes.
But the one thing that is so important to me is that every single day I take a nap.
Oh.
At least a half an hour nap. So in all the things that I may do for my work or for others, I do a lot of volunteer work as well, because I do believe in giving back. I must take time for myself. And so that's how I really feel that I manage to do all of what I feel that I'm being called to do.
Mm-hmm.
So in a nutshell, that's it.
So may I ask, because some of us we're not able to take naps in the daytime, even if we try. We are on the job. Do you work from home right now?
I work from home, but I can tell you, Lady D, even when I wasn't working from home, I drive. I would be up and down the turnpike driving. I would just pull over if I knew I set out half an hour before my meeting, and I had a lot of responsibility. But I would set my time ahead, and I knew I was arriving. If it's even half an hour early for my meeting, I would sit in my car and just stay still for a few minutes, because that's my time that I feel that I can have to reset.
Yes.
Not just the physical motion, but also the emotional wellness. And that has worked for me for years. I would pull over in a rest stop if I need to, because I feel that as we push ourselves to do all these things, there's a time our body is saying stop.
That's true.
You need to rest. And it was at that point when I didn't listen to my body that I paid for it, that caused me to even be in business right now. So now I'm in tune with my body, and so I stop, I rest, and then I pick it up again, and I'll keep going. But there's a cutoff time every single day that I stop working.
My goodness.
Every single day.
Well, congratulations. I'm going to say congratulations, because you made the time to do that, because it is so important. And that's something I'm going to literally rip from your book. I'm literally removing the page.
And it's a part of my book, so you're going to have to get a copy.
There you go.
It's a discipline. It's a discipline that you really have to develop and kind of stick with it. For those of us who really, whether we are going to school, in a profession, developing our career, the time is never enough. There are days when you feel like I just don't have enough time to complete what I need to do. But what is most important is your health and your emotional wellness at the end of the day, that you do have to be careful that you don't lose that insight off.
Yes.
And so That is in my book.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, first, let's talk about an area you're passionate about, counseling. From what I read, your life revolves around helping people. Share that with us.
Yes. Well, after being in social services for many years, I worked with individuals with cognitive disabilities. And so that means individuals with who are developmentally delayed, learning disabilities, autism. I was at a crossroad of what else to do, and then I got into mental health at that point in time. So I would say my whole upbringing, even as a child, started out in the helping profession, just seeing who my mother was, and just carried through into my career. I now am a family therapist. I do specialize in working with individuals with stress, anxiety, issues of life. As we know, there's tons of issues going on right now in the last 2 years.
Yes.
Trauma, domestic violence, you name it. I make sure that I've gone back and really educating myself in every area. But there are areas that I specialize in. So individuals who really, especially those from the Caribbean who are looking for someone who looks like them, who sounds like them, who understand where their background, who they are, they can really align with a therapist like me.
And you are into mental health. You are in, I'm just looking back at your bio here. So you are into, you're a national certified counselor. You're a certified clinical mental health counselor and certified adolescent trauma professional and certified family trauma professional. And these are all very intense areas.
Training.
Yes.
And what it means as a national certified counselor is that I'm recognized through the board, National Certification Board, that I'm able to work with individuals. So I have two certifications that says here you have someone who understands what it is to work with individuals, whether it's a family, whether it's a child, whether it's an adult. I've worked with individuals from ages 5, which is kind of the age that you would start to do therapy, until end of life, basically. So I have those experiences for so many years. Oh
my goodness! And I'm sure your experiences have taught you so much.
Oh, absolutely. As is my bio, the experiences, I feel I'm able to kind of give back to others in such a meaningful way. So even sometimes it's not really in a session that you get to really touch people's lives, because not everyone will actually meet you in a session.
Yes.
You know, there are folks that you will get to interact with in other ways and means that you can certainly touch and change their lives.
Yes, got you. Alrighty, so there are so many facets to you. Let me delve into another area, business talk time. Are you ready? Woman in business.
Absolutely.
You are a formidable businesswoman. How much can you tell us about your businesses and what is the key to your success?
Well, Solutions for You is my baby. And I say my baby because the name was carefully chosen for the reason of understanding when individuals, especially family members who have a child, whether it's a young child or an adult child with issues and long-term illnesses and having to deal with those issues for the rest of their lives, Solutions for You was created out of that. I was a caregiver for my parents. And so I sat and kind of think about what it is that I want to do for others based on my experiences. So Solutions for You became that. Solutions for You provide the services to individuals with all types of disabilities, across New Jersey. We work alongside New Jersey Division of Developmental Disability, as well as the New Jersey Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, in providing services for adults ages 21 and up. Then we also have Solutions for You in Georgia,
Yes.
who kind of does the same thing, and there's Solutions for You in Jamaica, where we're open to provide services in counseling and social services, connecting individuals to support that they need. Then you also have Solutions for You counseling and consulting services as well. So the brainchild of it, Solutions for You, is the parent group that covers the group of companies that is meant to really holistically provide services to individuals with all types of disabilities.
And how have people been responding? What is the response? Are they grateful? What is that like?
Absolutely. There are folks, examples of how I interact. Before COVID, I ensured that I was going out and meeting with my family. So I put a face to the owner of the company. And so I was going out and meeting with folks one-to-one, making sure that they knew who I was. And folks are very grateful for that, understanding that services are not just coming through from an empty place or an organization, but they can put space to the company, to the organization. My staff has the same concept. They bring services with a personality, with a touch.
Yes.
So when you ask for folks, how are folks responding to that? They like the concept that it's not just delivering a service, but it has a personal touch to it.
Nice. Because, sometimes people, no matter the level of expertise that you have, there is no heart. There's no empathy. There's no compassion. And if you have all three, then people will gravitate and they will spread the word. And that's how your business will grow. So I am very encouraged to hear that, because that area is very sensitive. It's not easy for people to come out to seek help, because a lot of people, as you and I know it, Lorraine, will say, oh, I don't need any help, I'm fine, until there is a real serious breakdown.
Right. In the area of mental health, we're seeing a lot more people who are actually seeking help and saying, even family members are calling on behalf of their families in crisis, saying, I'm looking for my son, I'm looking for my daughter, I'm looking for my partner. So individuals are calling for themselves, family members are calling on behalf of their family members. So folks are really seeking services.
Yes.
The difficulty sometimes is finding the therapist that matches you. So one of the most important things in counseling is to find someone that matches your culture. And so you don't find that too often, someone who understands your background, understands where you're coming from, because your culture has a lot to do with the experiences that you've had in the past, and those experiences in the past do impact what you're feeling now in the present. So the difficulty sometimes is finding a therapist that matches you.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that with us. Welcome, everyone. If you are just joining, you're not late, because I'm speaking with Lorraine J. Smith, and she's a transformational leader who believes in empowering others through education and her life's experiences. You're, of course, in the segment that I have dubbed for the month of March, Brilliantly Unique, and that is who Lorraine J. Smith is. So Lorraine, being Jamaican and all, right? You're Jamaican born, and Jamaicans like to refer to our people as being book smart, especially when they see them excelling in academia, you know. So I want to know, were you smart? You did born smart, or you had to just work your way up?
Oh my goodness.
Lord.
I thought I would ask that question. I think I would consider a nerd, maybe. I would. So, I would, if I was given a choice of reading a book and playing outside, I would read a book. So maybe I would say I don't think I was born smart. I think my parents kind of, Jamaican parents, they kind of, it's all very strict. I'm the only child for both my parents who are now deceased.
Oh,
but
okay.
I think by choice, I was not an outsider. So I just chose to read. My mother had a very nice bookshelf, and I just chose to read. If I couldn't read a word in the book, I skip over that word and go to the next word. And I just, I gave it a word that I knew. But I would read all these, even encyclopedias, I would read, so, so when I went to high school, St. Catherine High School, big shout out to my alumni. I would be first in the class, with the boys and all that. So, yeah, I would say I'm a nerd. But I could quickly tell you, it's not the education piece that I think is the piece that has brought me this far. I think it's the hands-on experiences that I've had the opportunity. For some reason, I've had the opportunity to work in all areas of social services. And I find that myself to be very unique because we really don't get that chance to go from the hospital setting to the school to the community base and really kind of go from different positions and kind of pick up on every single thing that you kind of know. It's almost, I call it the university of life. I had that kind of experience.
Well, all right. So yes, so we cleared that up.
Mixing with being a nerd, of course.
Yes, so we cleared that up. Thank you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're in my brilliantly unique feature of Women's Month. My first guest, because each and every Thursday I'll be having an interview with a phenomenal woman. And this evening, none other than Lorraine J. Smith. So Lorraine, so this is a perfect segue, right? Because now we want to talk about snippets of your early years as a child growing up. Where are you from? What was it like?
Okay. So I grew up in Winchester, St. Catherine. As I stated before, the only child for both my parents. Was wonderful growing up. Only child, you kind of get everything you ask for, but not everything you want. My parents did not spoil me rotten. They just took care of me, and I was loved. I can still feel that love until today, and they're both, my parents are deceased.
Yes.
Growing up, I had the wonderful opportunity of experiencing the gift of giving. So my mom was this person that was a giver to everyone and to anyone, and a giver of everything. She didn't give away what she didn't give away until it was overbearing, but she was there for everyone. And I normally describe her as the first social worker I know, because folks would go to her and ask her for help. And I didn't realize it until, after you kind of get a little bit older, you kind of you connect the dots and you realize that, she was helping such and such a person, because our parents never let us know as children what they were doing. So I realized eventually that she was always helping someone with a situation, whether it was counseling. She did a lot of counseling herself. So I saw that. And then eventually I took that on as well. I started helping neighbors' children. It's almost like a natural thing to do, and not realizing that I was actually emulating my mom.
Wow.
So those are the pieces of my childhood that I carry even today. They're very strong parts of who I am, my values, and they are who I am today.
Yes.
Even my own children, it has been carried over to them.
Beautiful. And where did you go to school?
So I went to St. Catherine. I went to Crescent, which is back a little bit. I went to Crescent Fall Age. That's on Brunswick Avenue. I also went to St. Catherine High School. I came here, went to college. My master's in mental health counseling is from Capella, and I'm doing my doctoral degree in at Capella as well.
All righty. So we have to say, I'll just label the book smart and leave it there.
Yes, I have a total of three degrees so far. With honors, of course.
Yes, congrats, Lorraine. Nice. Now, through your lenses, what should women do to maintain their presence in the world?
Well, I would say the first thing is to know your worth and know your value, not just for yourself. So you have to have a value for yourself, but also what are you worth to others? And I think sometimes that's missing for us as women. We don't stop to take an evaluation on ourselves. You know, what are we worth? Don't be afraid to own who you are. So after you kind of figure out all of that, don't be afraid to own who you are. You know, because sometimes folks will put a label on you, but it's owning who you are in yourself. And my next thing is, if you are your only supporter, after you figured it out and you said, listen, I have to go do this, because now you're going to have your dreams and your goals, don't be afraid to be your only supporter.
Yes.
Because there's two hands that you have. You can put those two hands and pat yourself on the back.
Wonderful.
And hug yourself and be your best supporter.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Lorraine J. Smith. In a nutshell, a very comprehensive nutshell, we've learned so much about you this evening in my brilliantly unique segment for Women's Month. So as we're wrapping up now, Lorraine, I have a fun segment. One word answers only, please. It's my surprise feature for you. One word answers only. Are you ready?
Yes.
In my pastime, I
sleep.
You know, I was thinking of sleep. I'm saying, I wonder if she's going to say sleep. So bingo. That works like a charm.
What surprise? You know, there's so much surprise.
It's a prize, right? Okay. Well, no prize. Not a prize over here, but it's just to test you, man. Just to test you. All righty. Energizer Bunny.
Thank you very much, Lady D. Thank you for having me.
I'm not done with you. That's only one.
Oh. Oh, there's more.
Number 2. Energizer Bunny.
Energizer Bunny. Yes, I am.
I said one word, answers only.
Yes.
Favorite novel?
Oh, let me think about that. I don't have one.
You don't have one. All right. Something unique about you.
Something unique about me. My eyes.
Okay. They think I am. I like this segment, you know.
Oh, I'm going to say a Jamaican word. They think I'm stush, but I'm not.
All right, so stush it is. Okay.
Stush.
Yeah. All right, here I have 2 left. Number 6. Take me to the movie to see.
Oh my goodness. Gone with the Wind.
All righty. Nice. And finally, finally, Lorraine J. Smith.
Love.
Wonderful. See, you did good. Thank you so much, Lorraine. My first guest in Women's History Month, dubbed Brilliantly Unique. Thank you so much for joining me here inside the zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. It has been fun. It has been informative and entertaining, Lorraine. You're a good sport. And you keep working on your pastime. I'm coming to catch up. I'm gonna play catch up. All right.
Thank you for having me. It's been
Of
wonderful.
course. You're welcome. Enjoy your evening, okay, and your weekend.
Thank you, and you do the same.
You're welcome. All righty, that was Lorraine.
You were made to live a good life, and that's what I believe. So hit the floor, say a prayer, start working. You gotta do something. It's alright to crawl before you walk. It's alright to walk before you run. But if you wanna get what you never got, gotta do something that you never done. Go get your blessing. Go get your blessing. You've been qualified. His mercy multiplied. You cannot be denied. 'Cause you're fully certified. It's official. Go ahead and
I had a great time this evening here on Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Here inside the zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. Touch FM Radio 90.1, signradio.net, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Who will be my guest next week? Stick and stay and you'll know. I wish everyone a beautiful, beautiful weekend. You know my weekend begins with you starting today, right? Yeah. God willing, I'll be back on Monday to do it all over again. With the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. A lot of love and blessings, everyone. Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. And don't forget, spread a little love, won't you? As always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. Mwah. I'm out of here.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Near Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
You're locked on to the number one radio station. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
Number one. Best music.
Send money
For
back
your
home
listening.
this tax season with JN Money. Now you can send money to any bank account in Jamaica and get 10% off your transaction fees.